What is going on, y'all? Welcome to the Joel Friday TV. I am Joel Friday. A few announcements before we get started. Hit that like button, smack it. Later, smack down the like, subscribe, and share button. Tell your peoples about the show so we get the subscribers up and the message out. Do it now. Help a brother out. As you guys know, we are live Monday through Thursday at 11 a.m. Pacific time. And at any point during the show, because this is a talk show, you can call in at 888-775-3773. 888-775-3773, and we can get into whatever you want. The debate, politics, relationships, spirituality. I talk about it all. I get into it all. And I enjoy doing it. So we can talk about whatever. Make sure you guys call in if you have a question or comment. 888-775-3773. If for whatever reason you can't call in, but you still have a question or comment, or you just want to support the show, you can go to buymeacoffee.com/JoelFridayTV. The link is in the YouTube description, or go directly to the YouTube live chat. Put your question or comments there. Yes. Put your question or comments there, and I'll read them live on air. Okay? You have those options. Amazing stuff. So, we are live on YouTube, on Facebook, on Instagram, and on punchy.tv. Choose which platform you want to watch from. Whatever is the most comfortable for you. I'm telling you, get comfortable because we're going on a ride today. So you need to find a platform that's most comfortable for you because we're going on a ride today. And I need your seatbelts on. So make sure you on the platform you want to watch from. Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and punchy.tv. We are live across the board. And anywhere you want to call from, you can call from. I'm just double checking it right now. Making sure that we're good over here on Facebook. And I'm just double checking. Whoa. Sorry. Well, that was Facebook popping up. So we're all over the place. We're everywhere. So make sure you tell your peoples about the show and they can watch from anywhere. Cool stuff. All right. What are we getting into? Oh, we getting into some stuff. As you guys know, the debate was last night. And for those people who watch my show and who aren't really into politics, fret not. This is still gonna be a JFTV message, but just with politics a little bit in there. So I won't bore you. Okay? But I had to speak on a little bit of the debate last night between Kamala Harris and Donald Trump. I had to talk about it because so much important stuff in there. So much revealing stuff. And I had to do it from a JFTV perspective. You know what I mean? So, buckle up. Oh, we getting into it. We getting into the gritty. We getting into the dirty, the nasty, the honest truth. Ooh-wee. So first off, okay, I want to talk about a little bit of what most people want, right? Most people in the world today want unity, right? Unity. Most people want unity, right? And it sounds great. Unity sounds great. Everybody wants to be united. That sounds great. Sounds like a synonym for peace and togetherness. And I understand it. Everybody wants unity. But I want to tell you that the Democrats also want unity. Okay? Republicans too, for the most part. Republicans and Democrats want unity for the most part, right? But the Democrats really want unity. And I just want to inform you, I want to drive that point real quick, that the Democrats really want unity. They're really pushing for unity. Unity amongst the world. Everybody united. Everybody love each other. Everybody togetherness, right? And that sounds so nice. And they push it because they know it sounds so nice. But I want to tell you guys, I just want to inform you guys that Jesus did not come back for unity. He did not. I know it sounds good to say it. Trust me, I know. But Jesus did not come back to unite. He did not. Jesus came back to divide. And that sounds so crazy. It don't sound like a Christian message. It don't sound like there's love in it. But I'm going to show you guys what it says in the scripture. Some of you guys like the scripture. You want to refer to the Bible. I like the Bible. I have nothing against the Bible. I think the Bible, we are the Bible. The truth is within us, right? So I put more emphasis on getting answers from within than from the Bible, but the Bible is a good book, right? So the Bible states clearly that Jesus did not come to unite, but he came to divide. It's even written in the red. And you know, the red means that those are Jesus's words, right? When you see the red in the Bible, those are supposed to be the words spoken by Jesus, right? This is even the red. So I want to show you the scripture where Jesus says, Joel didn't say it. Jesus said, I did not come to unite. I came to divide. Okay? I'm going to show you and we're going to read it together. Boom. Here it is. Luke 12:51 through 53. This is the NIV. Do you think I came to bring peace on earth? No, I tell you, but division. From now on, there will be 5 in one family divided against each other. 3 against 2 and 2 against 3. They will be divided, father against son and son against father. Mother against daughter and daughter against mother. Mother-in-law against daughter-in-law and daughter-in-law against mother-in-law. Right? Amazing stuff. I'm just going to read that first part one more time. Do you think I came to bring peace on earth? No, I tell you, but division. Okay? He says it right there in the scripture, according to Luke. That's what the scripture says. And according to Luke, that's Jesus's words. Right? I happen to believe them to be absolutely true. And I'm going to explain and break down the best I can of what I think Jesus meant by that. Is that Jesus didn't come to unify because he came to separate good from evil. Right? He came to separate parents and children and everybody from each other. Why? It's because he wanted everybody to be an individual, to think for themselves. And he wanted to be able to separate the bad influences from the good. Right? And a lot of the times people will stick together in the name of loyalty because it's family or it's your mom, it's your dad. You can't do that. You can't say that to your brother or sister. No. That those who do good are your brother and sister. Those who are of good are your brother and sister. And those who are of evil are not, even if you're blood related. And that's what Jesus came to do. He came to gather his people which everybody his people, but those whose heart are turned towards him, those who are overcoming, have faith in him. Let's just say it like that. He wants to gather them and keep them separate so they can progress his kingdom. That's what Jesus came to do. But most people think he came for everybody to love each other and be togetherness and everybody be happy and in harmony. No, he didn't come to do that. Right? Because not everybody is going to follow God. Not everybody is going to agree. Right? So that's why you want to separate. But I want to remind you, because this is the point why I'm saying this whole thing, is that the Democrats, they want to unify. Republicans too, but not Donald Trump. Donald Trump sees that he sees the good versus evil. But as far as party lines go, but especially the Democrats, we'll focus on the Democrats right now, especially the Democrats, they want to unify because in their minds, whether they have an agenda, whether they are just blind, either way, they trying to unify. And it's in weird ways, y'all. It's in weird ways. And I have some examples I'm going to show you. I got some examples. Because Kamala Harris is running for president, right? Kamala Harris. And she is she like mama. You know what I mean? To where like she just want to make everybody just love each other. And where the joke is being taken too far, and I have a clip I want to show you that proves that. This is from Facebook. RuPaul's Drag Race on Facebook. Kamala Harris visits the workroom to encourage LGBTQ community to vote. Here we go.
Hi everyone, it's Kamala Harris. Each day we are seeing our rights and freedoms under attack, including the right of everyone to be who they are, love who they love, openly and with pride. So as we fight back against these attacks, let's all remember, no one is alone. We are all in this together, and your vote is your power.
Can I get an amen?
Amen. Okay. So Kamala went to with the LGBTQ community and encouraged them to vote. But I just want to focus on two key words two key sentences. She said, be who you are, for one, and we're all in this together. Those two things I want to focus on. I agree that we should all love, we should love all people. God loves all people. And he wants all people to turn to him. And he loves all. But it doesn't mean he agrees with all. Right? He doesn't agree with all. And I think the mistake that a lot of human beings make, Christians, and then we have Kamala doing it, is you take the joke too far. You don't agree with the lifestyle. Because it's not who you are. And that's what she said, to be who you are. You don't want that running the country. Reason why is because that's a false identity. It's not who you are. What you're into and what you do and your sexuality is not who you are. No. It doesn't make who you are, and you're not this way. Oftentimes people don't know how to overcome, so instead of waiting for the answer to be revealed or seeking the answer out, they just identify with it because they don't know any other way. So gay is not who you are. It's made up. The term gay is made up, right? Same thing as the term straight. It's made up. These are not who you are. These are just to identify what you're into. But you're not, God in heaven, you're not gay. So that's another thing. That's a setup that's being set up by the Democrats. Accept all. Nuh-uh. That behavior is delusional. It's delusional behavior. It's delusional behavior. And if I say that I like to sleep with a lot of girls and I identify as a pimp, then how will I ever overcome and be a normal, decent human being? I won't, because I'm identifying. That's just me. That's just who I am. And it's not true. And a lot of times it's just set up, like the Democrats or politics and all that stuff. It's set up in such a way to seem as if it's so loving and united, and it's really not. So, Amy, that's one example. Second thing is, during the debate, Kamala was talking about, and Trump was talking about abortion. And I thought this is something that she said that was interesting, that I wanted to comment on. This is from MSNBC. Here is Kamala speaking on abortion rights using incest to validate her point.
A survivor of a crime of violation to their body does not have the right to make a decision about what happens to their body next. That is immoral. A 12 or 13-year-old survivor of incest being forced to carry a pregnancy to term, they don't want that.
That's another thing. Is that she talks about the incest. And what if a girl got pregnant with she had an incest baby? By incest. Her father molested her as a young child, and now she has to carry out the baby. She doesn't want that, right? But who's to say that an incest child ain't worthy of life? You know what I mean? Like, who's to say that an incest child and mind you, by the way, not all seeds that pass through the man to the woman automatically become a baby. They don't all work. So sometimes you can lay down with somebody and do the whole act, and the lady still not get pregnant, right? So it's not every time you lay down with somebody and, the process happens, it automatically means the person's pregnant. No. Sometimes it doesn't work that way. So if a baby ends up happening, right, the seed ends up forming, who are you to say that that's not of God? That God doesn't have a bigger plan, right? And you also have a way out. You can give it up for adoption. There's plenty of people who are looking to adopt. But the point is, what makes her think that she gets to play God and say that, no, you should have the right to get rid of the baby? She's playing God, and she wants to unify, but yet she gets to make up her own rules, her and people who believe like her. She gets to make up her own rules. No, this is her body, and it's incest, and this wrong. So you should be able to abort the baby. She gets to make up her own rules. Now, there's logical reasons and logical exceptions to the rule, right? Like if the mother is dying, and even so, you kind of wait for the moment, right, to present itself. What's the right thing to do, right? So there's exceptions to the rule where there's a time for it, but you don't get to make the rules and say, oh, an incest baby doesn't get a chance to, a woman shouldn't have to carry that. Says who? Who told you that? So I bring these up just for you to pay attention to what's really going on. Right? Because when you watch the debate, it's just two people talking about things that they're going to do and they say they're going to do and the things that they want to do or the things they've done. but it doesn't really prove what they're really about. You know what I mean? That's why people have to really pay attention, observe people, watch these things. Get to know God and get to know yourself, and then things will start making clear sense to you, where you don't even have to be all into politics and know all that stuff. It'll just be clear. But if you just pay attention to somebody like Kamala, and I don't know her, but I do know that the things that she believes in is not who I would want somebody to run my country. You know what I mean? Like everybody, no, it's not who you are. Love is not love. Love is love, they say. Love is love. You love who you are. No, it's not. It's not. But you have a right to believe it. You have a right to believe that, but I don't have a right, I don't have to agree with it. And she's in the business of agreeing with it. I don't know if it's for the vote. I don't know if she's just blind. But either way, she's believing into something that's not true. And she will do that with a bunch of other things. In her, I would say in her little administration. It's not little. But in her administration, she's going to be doing a lot of other things that she believes in that happen not to be true. Right? Immigration. Pay attention. What's going on in immigration? You don't even have to watch the news. You see in the inner city, you see everywhere. Illegal immigrants are coming in, and they're not necessarily doing good things. They're harming people. They're taking your government assistance, even though you shouldn't be on it, but some cases may be necessary. But they're taking that. They don't need a driver's license. You know what I mean? They get prepaid debit cards. They get discounts on their first home. All kinds of incentives that you ain't getting. They're getting it. And then they get to come from their other countries where they grew up with no morals for the most part. Not all of them, right? Maybe some okay ones. And if they're okay, they'll go through the process the right way, if they're decent. But they come from these other countries that have no moral values. They grew up crazy ways, insane. And then they get to come over here for free and not assimilate to the American values, and then harm your families and children. And in the debate, she didn't even discuss that. She didn't even say that she wants them out. That wasn't even a big topic of hers. She didn't even barely discuss immigration, period. You know what she discussed? You know what she wanted to get rid of? You know what she wanted to work on? Her administration is about small businesses. She wants to help out small businesses. That's what she wants. And she wants to look out for the care for senior citizens in these homes, because they're the elderly in some of these senior citizens' homes aren't being always treated fairly. And that's okay to do. And she also wants to make it easier for new home buyers to purchase a home, right? These are all things, in my opinion, that are good things. They can be worked on. They should be worked on. They ain't priority. They ain't priority. And all those things can be done in a day, maybe a week. She been in there for how long? And ain't had any of them happen yet? Not that we know of. What about the things that are affecting everybody? That's the open border. The border's open. Criminals coming from over the border. And a lot in New York, you see that they're just knocking people out. Girls on TikTok are talking about how they just knocked out of nowhere, don't know who the person is. You hear those stories a lot. You hear Elon Musk talk about his mom in her neighborhood. Her friends get mugged. Elon said it himself, Elon Musk. Parents get mugged. The people in other cities are eating the ducks in the pond. What the? Those are depressing. Inflation is high. Inflation. Do you think anybody is worried about no dang first house, first home buyer? The first home buyer wondering how they're gonna afford groceries. So just pay attention. That these people are playing God. They're pretending like they're making up their own rules. They're making up their own rules. They're doing what they want, and they're changing. They're trying to change the way they approach God's design, God's order. We don't have to like God's order, but you can't change it. You can't change it. A man don't sleep with a man, a woman don't sleep with a woman. And God barely justified a woman sleeping with a man. He barely can do that with marriage. It's barely in there. But, you know what I mean? You don't get to change the rules because you don't know how to be better. And that's what the Democrats are doing. They're changing all the rules, and we don't see the nastiness on the surface. We don't see the nastiness, the games that are being played behind the scene, the corruption. We don't see all of that, right? The average person doesn't see all that, but all is happening. And how do you know what's happening? Look at your life. Look at when you're not living right, all the destruction that comes from by you accepting the things that aren't right. So imagine what the party looks like. So I'm just saying, I'm gonna get some calls and then some super chats. And then we'll kind of just go from there. What did you guys think? Let me check I'll go to the calls first. Let me go to Ronnie at Ohio. Ronnie, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Hey, Joel, how's it going?
How's it going, Ronnie? All is well.
Yes, sir. Yeah, not too bad.
Right on.
I wanted to touch base with you. I know we kind of talked briefly this morning on Jesse's show.
Yeah.
And then it kind of got cut short. But you mentioned Kamala not talking about the important things like the border and saying that her focus was more on small businesses.
Yeah. And senior citizen care and stuff like that.
Yeah. So when she addressed the border, and we have to remember she's been vice president. She hasn't been president, and there's a huge difference.
Okay.
Yeah, but she mentioned the border bill that she supported. It was bipartisan. It was written and drawn up by a Republican, and then Donald Trump made a bunch of calls so that they would kill that bill. And he was asked about it in the debate. They asked him why he did that, and he didn't answer the question at all.
Okay. All right. What's the question about that? Is that a question that you have?
It's more. I guess I would say it's more in line with my point about saying that Kamala won the debate.
Oh, I see. I see.
Yeah, even on the topic of immigration, and we're talking about fixing it during the Biden administration. They had the border bill that would have gotten passed had Trump not intervened.
So, what about when Trump was building the wall in his administration years ago, and he was trying to clean up the border and close the border? Would you give him credit then as that was a good thing and he was trying to clean it up?
I can't even really give him an A for effort. I wanted to give him an A for effort. And I know a lot of his rhetoric made it seem like he cared about fixing the problem. But as I said on Jesse's show, he didn't fix the problem. And even the solution that he promised for his first term in office was that Mexico would pay for the wall and it would be built, and that did not happen.
So then, okay, fair. Let's just say that that's true. It's not. I don't believe it to be true, but let's just say that it's true. is how come you're quick to give Kamala and the Biden administration the credit for signing some bill that didn't even start yet or nothing, but not even give Trump any credit for wall that was already built and proof that it was already built and the idea of the border being fixed? Why give the Kamala credit for a bill that was supposed to be signed?
Yeah, so I'm not giving her credit for it. The bill didn't, like you said, the bill didn't get signed, so it didn't get all the way through. But that was in part because Trump intervened. The accusation is that he would rather have immigration remain a problem so that he can run as the president to fix it, as opposed to letting Congress and the Biden administration get that border bill enacted to get the extra border agents down on the border to secure it.
But
I think it was like 1,500 agents, and they stepped in the way. He prevented that from happening.
But I
can't give Kamala credit, though, because she's not the president.
Right, but who was preventing Trump from building the wall?
Who was preventing Trump from building the wall?
Yeah,
he was president. He was president.
Right, he was trying to build the wall. He was trying to fix the border, but the Democrats didn't want that.
So then how would another 4 years be any different? If when he does something good, he can take credit for it, but when something doesn't go his way, he can point the finger at Nancy Pelosi or somebody else.
Because for one, he was working on the wall. He was trying to build the wall. He was trying to close the border, but there's people against him, and maybe even some people in his own party against the building the wall. But he was trying to build it, and the Democrats weren't even for it. And I don't know. I'm surprised that it's not surprising to you that all of us, there was no talk about border, fixing the border until the election came about for the Democrats. They never cared about that kind of stuff. They didn't care. They want all people here. They want all this kind of stuff happening, but they never said anything about the border until now. It's starting to get crazy, and that's what they're running on. Part of what they're running on for this next election. But Trump been trying to focus on the border, and the Democrats that was never their thing. And it's their thing all of a sudden now. You don't see that that's a little bit suspicious?
I'm not sure if I'm looking at the picture the same way that you are, based on the way you painted it. I would say immigration has been a problem in the United States for decades. Biden didn't fix it, Trump didn't fix it, and Kamala's never been president. So
right.
If it's still a problem, and we've had 4 years of Trump and 3.5 years of Biden, and it's still a problem, why not try something different?
Good point. So did Trump try to fix it? Just a quick yes or no. Did he try to fix it? Okay.
He tried and he failed.
Okay.
Yes.
And then has it gotten worse since Trump gotten out of office?
That I don't know.
Okay. It seems, it's kind of obvious that it has gotten worse. It's we're seeing the numbers all over the place, but let's just say that it's not obvious. Why is it that the Democrats now want to do something about it? Because if it wasn't getting worse, why would they want to do something about it now?
That's a good question. And I'm not sure why it hasn't been a priority for any of the previous presidents. Because like I said, immigration's been a problem for decades.
I agree.
Whether or not it's gotten better or worse under Biden, you can look at the data. I just know that it's still a problem. And Biden didn't fix it, and I know Trump had 4 years and he didn't fix it. So it's like, why would I hire him to do the job when he was there for 4 years, failed to do it, and the reason that he gives for failing is pointing fingers at everybody instead of taking accountability and ownership and saying, the buck stops with me as the president.
I get what you're saying, but he tried to fix it. He's in there trying to fix it. And Trump, if you really are paying attention, Trump from the beginning of his first term was talking about building the wall and fixing the border. And then he tried to do it in his process, and the wall was getting built and all that stuff. And then even now today in his second time running, he's been talking about immigration being bad. He's been on this whole immigration thing. We never hear the Democrats talking about immigration. Rarely do we hear them talk about it and not push it as hard as Trump. And it was not even a big focus for them at all. And all of a sudden now it's a big focus. And to me, that should be enough for you to choose somebody like Trump. If you're into the immigration thing and you see immigration as a problem, why would you not choose a candidate that at least was trying to fix it, opposed to the one that out of nowhere they want to fix it.
Okay,
You know what I mean?
the border and immigration, that's not my number one issue when I go to the ballot and I'm thinking about voting for president. But for anybody that does have immigration at the top of their priority list, I would say you had 4 years of Trump, and the problem is still a problem. You had 3.5 years of Biden, and that's still a problem. Who's running now that could possibly get 270 votes that hasn't had the job yet? And that's where I look at Kamala.
Fair enough. Say that last part again. Sorry.
I said that's where I look at Kamala, because when we talk about these new ideas and the new look on the way that the Democrats are approaching taking care of the border, and it's only so much that the president can do. But Trump said he was going to build a wall and Mexico was going to pay for it. He had 4 years and that didn't happen.
Okay, how long do you think immigration has been a problem, roughly? How long do you think?
At least back to the Nixon days.
Okay, and how many years?
Yeah, it's been decades. So, I mean, that right there, that's the 70s.
Right.
So, I mean, that's already 60 years, 50 years that we're looking at it. Yeah, 60.
And
60 years at least that we're looking at.
Okay, 50, 60 years. And I haven't been in politics or even had an idea about politics for that long, period. I ain't even that old. But if in 50, 60 years, have you heard anybody talk about building a wall or immigration or anything, or even efforts to fix that? Do you recall anything? There may have been, but
I haven't seen either side propose a real solution.
So the only
my solution has been, because I mean most of the border states are Republican states.
Okay.
Protect your own state if you're protect your own border as a state, and if you need to have the Ohio National Guard send troops down or whoever, secure the border. The U.S. military can only stand in your way so much.
Yeah.
Whether they say you can't, whether they say their jurisdiction spans a mile wide, okay, to secure the border a mile from the actual border. And the states could do it. Texas could do it. New Mexico could do it. But they haven't, because they need it to be a problem so that they can campaign on it.
But see, that's the thing. The only person who, as you said, as you can recall, and as far as I know, is Trump has been the only one that's been able to, or at least make efforts to do it. Biden was in there. He didn't make no effort. Kamala's not even talking about it. The whole debate, she didn't even really bring it up, period, at all. Trump was the only one that making the effort. So why not choose, when it comes to immigration, like you're talking about, why are you not choosing Trump when at least there was effort put into that?
It's hard to give somebody a passing grade just because they tried their best.
Okay, fair enough. I have somebody who wants to get in on this conversation. Do you mind me bringing somebody else in?
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
Okay. Zenny out of Canada. Zenny, welcome to the show. You're on with Ronnie and myself. Zenny. Hold on one second. Let me make sure Zenny's volume is right.
Okay. Hopefully you got facts to back up calling me a liar.
Yeah, let me see. Zenny, are you there? I kind of hear him in the background, but give me 1 second, Ronnie.
Okay, yeah, I could hear him, but maybe the other viewers can't.
Oh, okay, you can hear him. What was that, Nick? So Ronnie can hear them, but they can't hear. Zenny, are you there?
Yeah.
Okay, Zenny's here. Cool. Okay, go ahead, Zenny.
Check. Mic check. What is this? All right, yeah, so 20 million illegal immigrants, that's like the basic number that a lot of people are saying has come in since the Biden administration got in. So is that not enough for you to say that the problem has gotten worse, Ronnie?
I said when Joel asked me, has the problem gotten worse under Biden, I said I don't know. The one thing that I do know is that it's still a problem.
Yeah, it's a much worse problem since Biden got into office and started taking away all the things that Trump did to make the border more secure. That's like the first thing he did, and he continues to do it to this day. The administration is telling judges to stop. Look at this story. Biden temporarily blocked from diverting border barrier funds. This was March 13th, 2024. So just a couple months ago, Biden was trying to divert funding from the border barrier to do some other stupid crap. He's probably trying to give it to Ukraine
Allegedly.
or Israel, right? Yeah, no. So you can look up this story.
Yeah.
You know, I think you need to educate yourself because you don't really know what's going on in your own country, brother.
So what did I lie about?
You lied saying that it's not getting worse, or I guess you said you didn't know.
I never said it's not getting worse.
You do know.
So what
you do know? You watch the news, right?
What did I lie about?
That it's not getting worse. That
I didn't say it's not getting worse.
You think it's not getting worse.
Well,
you
Ronnie,
like to hope it's not getting worse.
Ronnie,
but you know deep down in your soul, it's getting worse.
Well, really quick,
lying.
Zanny, what do you think about what he just said, Ronnie, about what he just presented, that Biden tried to block it?
Okay, so I would say two things. One, I want him to, I guess he said back in March, you said that was March of 2024, that Biden did that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, since then, Trump has blocked a bill that would have sent 1,500 border agents to the border and also sent money down there to help fix it. So I want to know his thoughts on Trump blocking that. And then I also want him to tell me for how many months.
Before you ask that, let's let him get to that. Go ahead, Zanny. What do you have to say about that?
Okay, yeah, the bill that Trump blocked was not aimed at stopping illegal immigration. When you send a bunch of Biden border agents down to the border, what do you think they're going to do? You think they're going to be stopping people from coming in? You think they're going to be hitting people with guns, whipping them, throwing them back into Mexico? No. What they're going to be doing under instruction from the Biden administration is that they're going to be processing these immigrants faster than ever. And that is what Trump did not want. He does not want them processing a bunch of illegal immigrants and letting them roam free in America, eating ducks and chickens and your pets. Okay? Yeah. Trump actually cares about America.
Well, see, the thing,
like you.
I just want to add to that a little bit, Ronnie. I wouldn't trust, and I don't know what that bill was, Ronnie, at all, so I'm not going to claim like I do, but I just don't trust what the Democrats try to sign and have Trump sign, because who knows what that bill said, to where it may not be what it seems like it's supposed to be, that they're going to fix the border. And I wouldn't trust the Democrats with that kind of stuff. But that's just my opinion. Go ahead.
And that's cool. I would say the great thing about that is that it wasn't a Democrat that was the architect of that bill. It was a Republican, one of the most conservative Republicans.
It was a Republican in name only.
Hold on. Then you got to chill.
Let him make his points.
You do a lot of name calling, and it's almost like the perfect world for you would be if everybody in office was a Republican and any illegal immigrant trying to cross the border gets shot instead of getting processed. And it's kind of a twisted way to think.
That'd be a lot better for you and everyone in America. Yeah, it'd be better than illegal immigrants flooding into America. But you're too weak to say that. You're too weak to do what needs to be done.
But go ahead. Finish your second comment.
You're weak.
Okay.
You're
weak
liberal.
All right, listen.
Weak leftist.
All right, stop for a second. Let me, Ronnie, state your last question, and then I got to move the calls here.
Yeah, absolutely. I wanted to ask him, I see that's why I should have got the question out when it was on the top of my tongue.
My bad.
No, you good. He was talking about, I wanted him to tell me for how many months or how many years during Trump's administration that the border was secure, where there weren't any border crossings. We didn't have to worry about illegal immigrants coming up and eating our ducks. For which month and or which years was it secure? Because he just said 20. You said 20. You said 20 million illegal immigrants have come in under Biden. How many came in under Trump?
Less. A lot less.
That's not a number, and the actual way would be fewer, not less. But go ahead. How many people came? How many people came in illegally?
Correct my grammar all you want, while you let illegal immigrants flood into your country and destroy your country.
I'm not letting them do it. I'm not in charge.
You are. By your tacit support of Kamala Harris, you are letting them.
Kamala Harris is not president. She's not president.
She's vice president. And last night you were saying that vice president doesn't have any power. Last night I don't exactly remember.
Last night I said the vice president didn't have power. What?
No, you said the vice president doesn't have the power to do anything with the border.
You said that, Ronnie. You said that You said the vice president can only do so much.
Failed utterly.
The vice president and the president, they can both of them. They can only do so much.
Look at New York City. Look at Chicago. Look at all the illegals, the Venezuelans taking over apartment blocks. You can just put your head in the ground and say this isn't happening, but it's literally all around you.
That is a good point, though, too, that Zenny is making there. I didn't say it didn't happen either. But you did say, though, Ronnie, just let me get in there really quick. You did say that the vice president can't do as much as the president, but Zenny making a good point. Kamala was the border czar, and nothing got done from what we know. And there was the we played an interview from 60 Minutes of the border chief, border agent chief, said he ain't never even seen Kamala and Joe.
Never seen him once.
So the big point of that, and then I know I'll jump, is that Kamala's not president. So to say that, to blame her and then also not blame Trump while he was president is just, you're not being equal.
Trump
you're
tried.
Not, you're not judging it equally.
Blame Trump for what? For
Trump
trying
tried.
to actually secure the border?
How many?
Actually trying to build a wall while Democrats didn't let him do it? Why? What
Zenny, you accuse me of being a liar because you said 20 million people came in under Biden. I'm still waiting on you to tell me how many illegal immigrants came in under Trump.
Do you know for a fact, though, that it's...
I need a number. I'm asking for a number, not words.
I'll look it up.
Okay, he'll look it up. He'll look it up, and then we'll get back to it. But
perfect. I appreciate it.
I appreciate it, Ronnie, and good points, Ronnie. Good points, Zenny. I got to move the call. Other people want to get in. I appreciate you guys' call. Thank you, guys.
Most of. Take care.
All right. Nice. That was fun. Let me move the calls. Let me go to Frederick. Frederick out of Los Angeles. Frederick, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
What's going on? I was hoping you put me in the game, Coach. I wanted to get in on the argument, but nah, they know what it is. And Joel, listen, Christianity is not the only religion. Just because your little Bible verse say Jesus came to divide, don't mean all the politicians gonna go in their own little chamber and divide amongst themselves. We need them to work together to get stuff done.
But they should work together, but not in the. My point is not in the way that Kamala wants the world to be together, and that's the problem. It's
your religion. That's why they separated.
It's a delusional thing because sometimes it's a time where you got to push back. You can't always just trying to make everybody love each other and all that stuff. And sometimes it's necessary, but sometimes it's necessary to love from a distance. And you don't have to agree with everybody, too. Kamala wants everybody to agree and be on the same page. No, that's not love. That's not of God.
She's giving you the freedom. She's giving you the freedom to do your own thing.
And Trump, and how is Trump taking away? Same page. Trump is not taking away that freedom. Trump is giving the freedom, too.
No. When Trump tries to go against the police and say, y'all wrong for locking these people up, and then the police are divided, now you have a problem because you done politicized the police where you got Democrats and Republicans when they used to be blue. Now you got red police, blue police when it was just being blue. That's separation.
But when did Trump divide the police?
When he's not saying that when he's on stage still doubling down on the January 6th did nothing wrong.
But that has nothing to do with Trump. I mean, it
does.
No, it doesn't, because you're what you're doing is you're blaming Trump for the mistake of the people.
No, we're not blaming
Trump
him.
Said,
we're not blaming him. Yeah. We're listening to what he said.
Right, and Trump said that go there and peacefully protest. And if they don't do it peacefully, that's not Trump's fault.
When they asked him the question on the phone, why didn't you call and stop it? What did he say?
Why didn't you call? Say it again. Sorry.
When they asked him what was he doing while they were storming the Capitol, what was he saying?
Good question. I don't remember.
He was calling the cop crazy for shooting Angela Babbitt. He was protecting the January 6th, act like they didn't do anything wrong. That's dividing a nation. You don't nation divide while you're trying to run for president. You gotta have remorse. Once you've been those people been pled guilty to their crimes, they're locked up.
But I mean, come on, but you're not. Joel. But you're not being. For one, that the way you explain that makes me believe that it's not entirely true because it doesn't make sense. But I'm not saying I'm not too familiar with that other part of how he spoke to the police. I'll have to look into that and see. But you're saying it as if he was intentionally telling them that it's okay that she was shot. And I 99% believe that there's no way that Trump said that was good.
Crazy. He called the officer of the law a crazy gun-wielding man that was doing his job protecting the Capitol. That's not law and order, man.
He called. Wait, feel me? I'm trying to understand. I'm trying to understand what the situation is. So he told the cop what? Say it again.
He called the cop that shot the lady that was trying to break in that window a crazy gun-wielding man. He was an officer of the law. He was in the Capitol working there.
Okay.
And you didn't hear how Trump described him?
And she the guy shot the girl.
The lady that got shot.
Okay.
She broke the window out and he shot her. He was protecting more politicians in the back.
Okay.
That they were trying to get to. You haven't even watched this stuff, and you got an opinion on this stuff. Like, what are y'all doing? Y'all didn't know about Trump giving money to Ukraine. It's like y'all
because a lot of the stuff,
don't even follow the news.
It's not that. It's a lot of the stuff that you're saying sounds made up too, and you do be making up some stuff.
It's not made up.
Listen. If when I did hear about the lady getting shot, and I did hear about that, but if she shot him and Trump called her a gun-wielding man, what's the problem?
The woman got shot by a police officer.
Right. If he shot her,
police officer, a crazy gun-wielding
lunatic. And what's your issue with that?
How is an officer of the law a gun-wielding lunatic?
If he shot her, I'll have to look into the story and I'll come back with that. I don't understand. I'm not understanding why that's a bad thing, but I don't know the full story to give my opinion on it. But
a Capitol cop doing his job.
I'll look into
on
it.
The wrong side of calling him a lunatic. I don't get it.
Okay, well that you may be right about that. I don't know. I'll look into that. But as far as Kamala and Trump, you didn't you say that you're looking to vote for Kamala, or you just don't like Trump?
No, I don't like how he dodges a lot of questions and don't answer what's his plans are going to be. You know what I'm saying? I think democracy and bringing the country together is what we need instead of more division. I mean, your little Bible verse was nice, but we don't need division. Divided we fall.
Why don't we need division, though? Why do we need to be together?
Because divided we fall is no cohesion. America is not built on division.
No, but it's not
built on coming together.
That's a great point. And then I gotta move the calls.
It's a melting pot.
It's not about
immigration.
Listen, you can agree. You can agree. You said your point. Let me just say this. You can agree to disagree, right? So let's say, for example, that the LGBTQ, if they want to go live their life and do that, they have the freedom to go do that, right? But I don't have to accept it and be in unity with their belief. And that's what it sounds like you're saying that I should do, is that, we got to be together. No, I can still love them as human beings and show respect to them and not hate them. But that doesn't mean that we got to skip. That doesn't mean that we got to skip and hold hands together and be on the same page as far as beliefs go.
Yesterday, it sounded like you were saying being a transsexual is the same as going through puberty. Is that what you were saying?
You just see how you just add stuff? I ain't never said nothing about going through puberty.
That girl went through a 3-year difference. It could have been
wasn't
puberty.
No puberty. No, she was a grown. See, this is why I have to look.
She could have been 17 to 20, but then you compare that to trans.
Listen.
How can you compare a woman?
This is why, guys.
3 years to being a trans.
You guys think that I'm avoiding questions. This is why I don't answer directly to some things I don't know about with Fred, because Fred be making stuff up. This girl is a grown woman. Listen,
I want to know the comparison.
It didn't have nothing to do with puberty. It had everything to do with she changed her looks, which is very common, and it's very common to everybody. You see it, Fred. There's a lot of ladies.
That's equal to a transgender.
Okay, so let me ask this, and then I'll make that point about the trans thing, and then I got to move the call. Is that when somebody does liposuction to their face, or breast enhancements, or Botox on the butt, or whatever, is that puberty?
No, but that's not what you proved that girl did.
So my point is that any person that tries to change their looks from how they were born or try to enhance themselves or do whatever,
Did you
then
prove that she had lipo?
listen. Anybody who it doesn't matter lipo or not. Anybody who tries to change their looks is no different than the transgenders trying to change their looks. It's transitioning from your true self to a false self for a desire within, I don't know, to feel better or something.
So why do you go to the gym?
That's a whole different story.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's a whole different
crazy.
story. It's a
You
whole different
sound
story.
crazy.
You know
Okay.
why? You know why? Because if she
It's
went to
not
the
a
gym.
transition.
No, because that's not
You're
a
trying to transition. I understand. You
No,
sound
that's not a
crazy, Joel.
transition. That's not a transition. I'm still gonna look exactly the same, just a little bit more muscle. This girl
What was
looks
different
like two
between
different.
you and that girl? Did you prove that girl had any type of cosmetic surgery in that picture
Okay,
from 3 years?
let's just say she didn't have cosmetic surgery. She still looks different, so she's wearing makeup that makes her look
and that's the
different. Than
same as a transsexual.
no,
Wow, Joel. Wow. Okay. Whatever
Fred,
you get your show, I'm gonna let you run it.
you just be making up stuff, but I appreciate it,
No,
man.
you said it's the same transition. It's no different. It's what she did to what they do. I said, "Are you serious, boy?"
Fred-
I couldn't even call in. I was like,
Fred just playing, y'all. He just trolling. He just joking.
I was so upset. Okay.
I appreciate it. Call me again, Fred. I gotta try
All
to get
right,
to
yo,
this.
take it easy, Joel.
All right, man. You too. What a mess. Dang. I'm gonna try to get to these. I got like a few minutes left here. I'm gonna just try to run through these calls because people have been waiting. They've been waiting. Gunner out of Chicago. Gunner, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
What up, Joel? What up?
How's it
Shout
going,
out,
Gunner?
Shout out, Frederick. He black.
He black.
Listen, I go to the gym to feel better. I don't go to get muscles. I don't go to gain strength. I go to lose weight and to get healthy.
Right on.
It's not about looks. Where nobody's transforming me.
It ain't no transforming. It's still you.
No. Yeah, you got to get healthy. Like half of America's fat.
Exactly.
And so, come on, Freddie. He black. Anyway, I want to say it's a special day to mourn and to know that it's 9/11 and this country did suffer a disaster 23 years ago. Whether we want to believe whatever theory we want to believe, because there's several out there. Just know, people passed away, and it was sad. I actually got to visit it spring 2022. I went to Ground Zero to the 9/11 memorial.
Oh, okay.
When I went over there in New York, it was just I went because I wanted to pay my respects, and it's just a quiet place. Nobody's cheering. Nobody's happy. People are just saying, "Okay, this happened," and we move on from it. But it was just a sad thing.
Well, really quick,
I also want to say,
what's your point? Yeah, I was just gonna say, what's your point about it? Just because I'm running out of time here.
I know. I'm just saying, just it's a quiet place, and it was a place to pay your respects. And today we should be doing that. And Trump won the debate yesterday. Thank you for taking my call. I'll call some other time, man, when you got more time.
All right, are you a first time caller, Gunner?
From Weapon?
Are you a first time caller to my show?
No, I've called before to you with Hassan and them.
Oh, okay. All right, for sure, man. Yeah, next time I'll hopefully have some more time so I can really understand your question. But I'm out of time here.
It's a day to mourn. How about that? 9/11.
Oh, okay. Right on. Appreciate it, Gunner.
Thank you.
Call me again, man. Brian at North Carolina. Brian, welcome to the show. You're on the air, man.
Hey, Joel. Thanks. How you doing, man? You doing all right?
All is well, Brian.
Nice. Hey, real quick, before I talk about what I called in for, I just want to say something to everybody listening. All right? Rest in peace to everybody that died in 9/11, but we got to stop bringing up old shit.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, but don't cuss, but yeah, you're right.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry.
You're right, though. Stop bringing up the old. Let me just say that real quick, and then I want you to make your point. Stop bringing up the old. Leave the old in the past. I'm tired of slavery. I'm tired of Holocaust. I'm tired of 9/11 talk. I'm tired of all this stuff and using it as a weapon. Let it go. It's done. Move forward. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's all I had to say about that. The other thing I called about was I was listening while Ronnie was on the phone, and I just couldn't help but notice, it's really pathetic how desperate a lot of people have gotten in this election race and following this debate, and how they fall into all these little bitty traps that allow them to dismiss what they already know to be true. Just the idea that you would pick anything over the fact that that women shouldn't be leading a man or anybody for that matter, let alone the entire country, to think that you would consider her over Trump and disregard that fact that so well. And so it's amazing to me to see how people can be blinded by these little spots of anger that they don't even know they have.
Yeah, and that's really what it is, that it's just blind and can't see. And even if they know they're being rebellious, because a lot of people know that they're being rebellious and they like being rebellious, it's still, even the rebelliousness is blind. Even then they're being deceived and tricked that this is a good thing to be. So it's just blind and can't see, and all we can do is understand that they can't see. That's it.
100%. But that's all I call for, Joel. I'll let you keep the calls rolling, man. Thanks for the time.
I appreciate it, Brian. Good point, man. Call me again.
Yeah. Take care.
All right. I got to end, y'all, but listen. Blind and can't see. But I also want to say is that I don't have time to actually make this point. But just pay attention. Think for yourself. Know for yourself. This way that nobody can try to convince you of nothing. And when you don't know what decision to make, either don't make a decision. But if you make a decision, let's just say you end up doing something. Learn from it. And don't judge it as right or wrong. Just wait and see. If Kamala ends up being president, if Kamala ends up being president, guess what? God is still in control. No big deal. Don't be making a big deal about politics. What the? Don't even make a big deal about none of this stuff really in general, but especially politics. It's not no big deal, but just do what you see to do. It is important to go vote and all that stuff, but don't be making a big deal to where you're fighting and swinging and doing all that stuff over politics. If Kamala gets in, then she's in there. Then we just got to focus on our own life, focus on our own world, get our stuff together, and then the next time we do our best to try to vote her out. But don't be getting too caught up in all this stuff. It's just kind of silly stuff. You know what I mean? And if you caught up, then that Kamala ain't the problem. You the one. So just go out there and vote, and that's all you can do. Do your part and go vote, and that's it. And the rest is in God's hand. I got to end, y'all. Jaime and the others, I just can't get you today, but I am back here tomorrow for more mess. Who knows what we're going to get into? Who knows on the JFTV podcast? Nobody knows. And not everybody agree. But I got to end. American Anchor Baby coming in again at 4 p.m. Make sure you guys check out his show. And then follow Punchy TV on Instagram and YouTube. That's an amazing show as well. Brand new show. You don't want to miss that. I'm out of here, guys. Joel Friday TV across the board. Follow, subscribe, share, like, all that good stuff. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks, chat. Thanks, viewers. Thanks, watchers. Bye.